Guys, you ever have one of those days where you know you're supposed to do something, but you just don't feel like it? Well, yesterday was one of those days. So I did not do two things. One, I didn't film for you. And two, I didn't do what I was supposed to be doing. I was supposed to be working on the doors and the shutter system here on the container that I just cut, and starting to put up the wall that separates this sort of main living space area from the storage unit side of it. Well, guess what I did? I built the bar. I built it completely out of scrap, things that were left over from building our front gate, the extra wood and pieces that truthfully were sitting next to our fire pit we were going to burn. And then I had some leftover poles and whatnot from doing the fencing project around the property. This is what I've kind of dreamed about for a while for this middle space, was having sort of a bar seating area where we could casually sit, and there's a little bit indoor-outdoor to it.
My name is Michael Ladden. After visiting over 120 countries on 5 continents, I made the bold decision to sell all of my possessions and become a full-time nomad more than 4 years ago. Currently, I am traveling in my self-built ex-Army overland expedition truck, complete with a KTM motorbike, bicycles, kayak, a one-wheel, and all the essentials needed to explore this incredible planet we call home. Join me as I share my adventures and stories from around the world.
So you can see I put it both indoors and outdoors. It kind of straddles the two openings that I cut in the container. And if I come outside here, you can see the legs. Well, I used one of the existing poles here on the property, which is why I cut 2 holes in the container, because this pole was in the way, and I wanted to be able to put up these shutters up above here. So in order to raise it, obviously this pole was in the way. So it was a good place to build the bar. And you can kind of see I used some leftover wood there to make some footrests. And inside we did the same thing. There's some footrests right there. And I cut some poles and used these as well to support the tabletop. And the top of the bar is made all out of scrap wood. You can kind of see I had some short pieces and some long pieces and whatnot, and I'll varnish that all up nice. But it's kind of the rustic look, and I spent a total of really $0 building that. So hopefully we'll enjoy it. I'll have to look around for some bar stools to sit at, but you can kind of see that's what it looks like. Behind me, I went and picked up some more lumber supplies. Down here in Mexico, these are what they call 2x4s. Now, there's two kinds. You can get what they call the Americano 2x4, which is a more traditional looking thing that you would find at Home Depot back in the States. And those, actually, I've got one sitting in the back of the container here, so if we walk over, you can kind of see the difference. This is what they call an Americano 2x4, and you can see it's got rounded edges on it. And I'm not going to say that they're perfect, because if you've ever spent any time at Home Depot in the States, you know that the wood is anything but perfect. However, the Mexicano 2x4s are over here, and these are what they call rough cut. They admittedly range in size a little bit. I don't know if you can tell, but there's two next to each other right here. Now, this one clearly looks like it's a little bit thicker than that one. They also vary in what kind of wood they are using, how heavy they are. Some are super full of water. In fact, when you screw into them, you get like almost liquid that comes out of them. So they're all over the place. However, they are pretty cheap, and they do the job. So I elected to go with the Mexican version of the 2x4. And then I've got my plywood here. Those are what's going to be made, the wall's going to be made out of. I'm going to leave an area at the top of this wall here. You can kind of see behind me, that's the storage area part of it. I'm going to leave an airflow, so because I often leave the door open to the front of the storage container, so I figured to get some good airflow coming through, and it'll come into this sort of living room area as well. So that's what I'm going to be building today. Another day here at the Nadio Lo Sabe Rancho. Now this isn't traditional framing, largely because I don't really need it, and I can do some framing after the fact from the other side. But as you can see, I basically made two big rectangles. That's where the 2 sheets of plywood are going to go. So it's 8 feet tall, and I put some bolts through up in the corner there through the container to hold the wall in place. But it's pretty solid, and that's going to serve as the wall between this living area and my storage. And then you can see along the top there, I've got maybe, I don't know what that is, call it 8-9 inches. I'm going to leave that open as an air gap. So right now I'm going to put the plywood sheets. I got to cut them down because the container is not quite 8 feet wide. It's like 7-9, so you got to cut about 3 inches off. I'm going to end up putting a full-length wall countertop, and that's where I'm going to put the fridge, sort of a prep area.
I want to give a huge shout out to my Patreon supporters. And did you know you can join for as low as $5 a month for exclusive behind the scenes Drive the Globe content?
Did it, off to La Paz.
Thanks for joining me today. I really hope that you liked this video. And if you did, give a big thumbs up. Please subscribe down below, and I'll see you in the next video.